What's up YouTube, we're back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to set up a canister filter, and more importantly, how to expedite growing your friendly bacteria. So, without further ado, let's get started. So this is the All Pond Solution Aquarium External Filter 1000PF. So it pumps roughly 1,000 liters an hour. So this is good for anywhere between 200 and 300 liters. I think it does say its maximum usage is on a 400 liter tank, but that does depend on the load of the fish. So if the fish have a heavier bioload, then it's better to use it on a smaller tank, etc, etc. So let's go ahead and open this up. So on the inside we've got the canister filter, some hose, and a couple of attachments that we use when we want to set up this onto the pool pond. So inside we've got the first tray that has some ceramic media in it. We then have this next tray that has a couple of bioballs in them. And finally, we have the last tray that has some activated carbon. All three of these layers do have a little mesh of filtration in them, so they got some good padding. Now, it's important that we rinse all three of these trays in aquarium water or dechlorinated water. So now we're going to quickly just rinse these, the ceramic media, and the activated carbon in some water, and then eventually the bioballs. Alright, so once we've done cleaning all of the media that's supposed to go into the canister filter, we're supposed to fill it up with aquarium water. Now, before we do that, there's one great thing we can do to actually help jumpstart the system, and that is to add some beneficial bacteria, those turbo start bacteria bottles that they always tell you to buy. If you don't have that, you can always use pure aquarium little balls that also do the same job. Now, the best thing to do here is, this only works if you have an already cycled aquarium, which is then, once you've added in these extra bits that you wanted to add in, is to then let this cycle for a week or two in an already cycled aquarium, because you've already got the beneficial bacteria on your surfaces, and you'll also be feeding the bacteria that you've added to the canister filter. You'll also be feeding them, because this will have waste and whatnot that the bacteria wants to break down so that it can multiply and establish fully in your canister filter. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to add some of that, we're going to set this up, and then we're going to let it cycle for 2 weeks before we add it onto another tank. But yeah, if we quickly take a look at this setup so far, we've got the same filter. This has been cycled for about 2 months. In fact, this entire setup was cycled using pre-cycled media and one technique that I use, which is a live start, where you get one fish, you put it into the aquarium, you've already got some cycled material, so that the water doesn't become toxic, but the bacteria are able to colonize because they've got some sort of waste to feed off of. It also helps to quickly start up these aquariums. So we're going to do that, and that should hopefully start up this aquarium quite quickly. Alright, now that that's been set up, this should be cycled hopefully within the next week or two. Like once again, I've already said you add your turbo start to either the tank or straight into the canister filter. It is better to add it into the canister filter if you're using an established tank to cycle this, because that way the bacteria can automatically establish themselves in the media that you've already got in there. And with all the waste and food that's going to go in here, this is going to help the bacteria to help cycle, reproduce, and then this should quickly become a cycled filter. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.